Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions JP, the tower is just finishing up, so I thought I would show my clear of level 20, and then also talk about the tower overall. But as you can see, most of the enemies are taken down in floor 20, and the reason for that is because I kept throwing teams at it, and then they would all get KO'd, but maybe like take down one of the enemies. And then I could build a new team, and then throw them at floor 20, and maybe they take down one guy. But that goes to show how difficult this floor 20 was. Until finally, with this final run, I had taken down about 3/4 of the guys. And then finally, with this last team, I can take them down. But even then, I can't relax. I can't use auto battle, and I have to be careful, so we'll look at how I played this one. But I'm using my last few remaining URs at level 89. Bineta is a good attacker, and she has high accuracy, which is important for this floor. And then Miranda, she can do water attacks and healing. Mediana, of course, is a good attacker. Stern is a good attacker. And then Sasayaki on the end. She's a decent attacker, but also a good tank, so that's my last team. But overall, the tower, I really enjoyed it. I could use a lot of different units of all different rarities. And then depending on how you play the tower, you can adjust the difficulty as you go. If you want, you can just start using your strongest characters from the start, and then when they are all KO'd or when they run out of skills, then you can wait until the healing, the all units healing feature comes around every 24 hours, and then you can heal your guys, and then go back in with your strongest guys again. But the way that I did it is that I tried to go through with as little healing as possible. So I started with lower rarity units. I used them until they either ran out of skills or were KO'd. And then I changed in other characters until all of my units were either KO'd or their skills were gone. And then I healed. And then by doing that, I was able to get up to about floor 15 before I had to really heal all of my guys. So that was kind of slow going, but it was fun. And I ended up using a lot of units and also skills that I don't usually. And then one sort of surprising MVP was Zazan. He's the bear guy, the N rarity unit, and the reason for that is because he has a Steel Heart, which can charm enemies, which is an unusually powerful ability in the tower. So I would like more characters with charm, and then I would like to max out Fina, get her Trustmaster, because that has a chance to charm. I don't know what the probabilities are on her charm success, but that could be pretty powerful. And then pretty much all of the floors I played manual, no auto battle, because I didn't want to waste skills. So that really gave me kind of like a console tactics game feel, so that was really fun. And then being able to use all of those characters of all different rarities, it felt like all of my hard work up to now really paid off. And so like any characters that you work on, maybe in the short term you might think it's a waste of materials or you're wasting your time, but once the tower rolls around, you'll get to be able to use everybody, so it's very satisfying. But in addition to being fun, the tower was also very difficult. I am a whale, so I have 8 URs at level 89, and then I have half a dozen MRs at level 99, and still it was really difficult. And then especially at floors 19 and 20, I had to use a great number of characters, and then also wait for the healing to come around a few times before I was able to beat it. And then the 19 EX floor, I wasn't able to beat at all, so eventually I just gave up. So I missed out on the 200 lapis and then that rainbow shard, which is too bad, but it's not necessary, and it's not like limited equipment either, so that wasn't a big deal to skip that. But for me overall, the difficulty was just about right, and I was able to beat it well within the time. I think I could beat it in within a week if I really went for it. As for the number of floors, I think 20 with a couple EX floors feels about right. In the preview, we saw a floor 76, which would be ridiculous. I hope they don't ever do a 100 floor tower. Or if they do it, I hope they give you like a solid month to do it. but 20, that feels about right. And then also, once you get to 20, you can reset and then climb it again from floor 1. At that point, the rewards are just more medals and more gold, which you can use to get materials to raise the level of the Crimson Saber. And that felt about right. I was able to get up to level 15 again, get some more medals, and level up the Crimson Saber. And then talking more about the rewards, they were very nice, but I'm kind of wondering about the placement of the Crimson Saber. The way that it was here, after you clear floor 20, you can pick up that Crimson Saber. But 19 and 20 were so tough that I think many players will not be able to beat it and get that sword. And so for players that started War of the Visions, because they like Rain and got Rain, they probably won't be able to get his sword, which is too bad. I don't know if this sword will be available again in the future. This is the beta version of the tower, so it's possible it will never come back again. It's possible that the sword will be available every time you go through the tower. We don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But the 10-shot ticket that is available for clearing floor 10 of the tower is very generous, and I think everybody, including free-to-play users, can also get this, and then get some free pulls that way. Maybe, and I don't design games, so I don't know anything about balance or anything, but maybe putting the Crimson Saber at floor 10, along with that 10-shot ticket, would mean that most players could get the Crimson Saber, but you could make it so that you have to clear the tower maybe a couple times in order to get all the materials to max out the Crimson Saber. For the high-level players, that might be a better way to do it. But yeah, if it does appear every month, I'll probably play it every month, because it's some of the most fun content in the game. So for people in Global that are maybe still kind of iffy on the gameplay of the game, or like why, or they're questioning why they're doing all this farming, I hope you stick around until at least the tower comes out and try that out, and then see how you enjoy that. Okay, for the rest of the video, we'll just let it run. We'll look at how I take down these last two guys. And then at the end, I'll get a ranking for how I cleared the tower. So I'll go over that when that comes around.
limit hunger.
Okay, so here is my overall ranking. I got a score of D+. But it's an average of all of these other parameters. The first one is number of actions used. So like I did a lot of attacks and a lot of cures and stuff. 1200 actions for an E grade. Probably if I use stronger units in the early floors, I can get through with fewer actions. So that might help my score there. The second parameter there is the number of units that were KO'd. 207, that's also an E grade. Again, if I go through the earlier stages with stronger characters, I can probably cut that number down. And then the third parameter is the number of times I've run away from battle. And then that was not very many, so I got an S rank there. The time when you want to run away is if you want to redo a stage. You'll get your KO'd characters back for that run, but the enemies will also go back to where they started. The way that I played the tower is that I just threw a bunch of weak guys at the enemy, which is why that second parameter of mine is such a bad score, but this third parameter is such a high score. And then the last parameter is the number of times I use the heal on all of my guys, and I got a C grade here because of 4 heals. And then I didn't really use that until I got to floors 19 and 20. I think if you want to get through the floor and then get a good grade on this last parameter, you have to play very, very smart and then use the exact right characters on those stages in order to clear them in like, 1 or 2 runs. So that might be the most difficult parameter to get up there. Okay, but I think that'll do it for this video. I really enjoyed the tower, and yeah, folks in Global, better get ready. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.